Hey guys, we're here for our normal Thursday training every day at 2 p.m. Or every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome. We try to tackle different training topics. We've just recently finished a series on business planning, kind of getting ready for the new year. And prior to that, we talked about prospecting and we talked about posting Craigslist ads. We did some series on those over the last 5 or 6 months. And recently, we've gotten a sort of an influx of new visitors here at the group. So I wanted to first introduce myself. My name is Levi. I'm with GorillaRealty.com. I'm one of the head coaches here. I am the head coach, I should say. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. So the things I'm talking about, obviously, I talk to agents every day about, but I've also experienced it myself. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about discipline. It's everybody's favorite D word. I want to talk about it today because I've been getting some feedback recently on the Craigslist series that I posted in the group. Feel free to check it out. If you can't find it for whatever reason, comment below and I'll make sure and link you directly. But I've also been getting feedback on some of the prospecting training we've been doing. And basically the problem comes down to this. You know, we share a great Craigslist method. We share, you know, a method where you can easily generate 2 to 3 leads a day if you're willing to post ads regularly. And, you know, you'd think, hey, that set the world on fire. If every agent could go out and generate easy leads that way, it has the potential to really change their business. Unfortunately, there's you know, a percentage of agents who just won't do it, won't do the work. Would rather spend thousands of dollars on Zillow or you know, Facebook ads or something like that. And there's certainly nothing wrong with spending the money. I get it, believe me. But because it's so easy, I'm always a little bit perplexed. And I think it comes down to this discipline word. Because if I told you, hey, you can spend 5 minutes, post a couple of Craigslist ads, and then just renew them on a regular basis afterwards, you know, you don't even have to necessarily put thought and effort. It's just a matter of logging on and clicking the renew button. Most agents they'd think, oh, okay, that's a good idea. But the follow through is a different story. The same thing is true with prospecting. I get agents who will, you know, get excited. They'll call through all their new leads, and then they'll get either frustrated or tired or, you know, whatever. And next thing you know, they have leads piling up that they haven't even called. Or maybe they make the first call, but then they can't continue, you know, to build the relationship over time. So I'm going to give you 2 quick tips to tackle these 2 issues. If you're an agent who's already running Craigslist ads and you're having trouble with just sort of the daily remembering to either renew or place your Craigslist ads, or if you're an agent who has these leads coming in, but you can't always remember to do your follow-up, it's not always presence of mind. Maybe your sort of natural habitat is to, you know, fly by the seat of your pants. And so the lead comes in, you call them, but then they're out of sight, out of mind. You don't think about them again until they reach out to you. Or maybe, you know, Craigslist ads. Hey, I'm excited about it. I have time right now, but as soon as I get busy, that's the first thing that goes. So two quick tips, and both of them are going to involve a little bit of discipline, but this is coming from someone I'm not naturally disciplined. I'll go ahead and admit that in front of you all. So I actually have to build some systems for myself so that I can make sure that I stay on top of these things. So when it comes to prospecting, first, let yourself off the hook a little bit. You don't have to be the person who calls within 5 minutes. And again, we're talking about internet leads. We're talking about the type of leads that we generate with our system. If you're competing with 10 other agents for the same lead, I'd say stop doing that. But if that's the situation you're in, obviously you have to call a lot quicker. But I'm talking, again, specifically the type of leads we generate here. You know, let yourself off the hook. Don't feel like you have to call within 5 minutes. And then what I actually recommend is just set yourself up a certain time each day where this is your prospecting time. I don't schedule appointments during my prospecting time. I don't do anything else during that time period except for call my leads. So it makes sure that I'm always calling within 24 hours, and I give myself enough time that, hey, any follow-up calls that I need to make are done during that time as well. and then I'm done with prospecting. I can move on to other activities. And I found that it's really helpful. It's a simple thing. Hey, I block out this time in my schedule, but because it's already blocked out, otherwise I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd be hanging out or watching a movie or something. So just a small planning helps a lot. The same is true for Craigslist ads. If you go ahead and say, plan out exactly how many ads that you need to post to generate the number of leads that you need. And for every agent, that's going to be different. We talked a little bit about the planning section of it last week, and how to determine how many leads you need. And with Craigslist specifically, you can then determine how many ads you need to be posting. But what I found helps, and I've helped agents do this as well, is just either set up a certain time, block it out in your schedule where this is your Craigslist posting time. Or what I actually do is I put a little reminder on my phone. It starts buzzing. Of course, I always have my phone on me, so it starts buzzing in my pocket and it says Craigslist ads. And I try to set that time when it's convenient to be in front of a computer, but even then it's not always. And because a majority of your Craigslist posting is not actually posting and writing brand new ads, it's just renewing old ads, I can do that anywhere. I can log onto my phone, go to Craigslist, log into my account, and click the renew button. And oh, hey Naveed, I actually have a sample Craigslist ad in the group that you can see. I'll try to link it directly, or I'll at least tag your name in it so that you can see it. But yeah, absolutely, we have a sample Craigslist ad. I actually wrote out a whole little series on it. But if you follow that guide, and then you can stay disciplined and do it as a grind, if you just do it each and every day, you can spend a small amount of time and generate a ton of leads from it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at is with this with this Craigslist ad or with this discipline discussion. So anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to tackle. Matt, oh hey Matt, Craigslist ads first thing in the morning. That's a good question. So is there a recommended time to post? I personally, we've done a lot of testing with Craigslist ads. I haven't found a strong correlation between when to post Craigslist ads and when they perform the best. Now, having talked to now hundreds of agents who have used my strategy, pretty much I hear all sorts of different things, but one kind of consistent that I hear from agents is basically 1 to 4 p.m. after lunchtime. I don't know why that is. My suspicion is people come back from lunch and then they're playing around at work online instead of working. But I've actually found that that's true in a couple of markets. I haven't found it to be true in mine necessarily. Of course, you also don't want to post in the middle of the night. And if first thing in the morning means 5 a.m., I'd probably avoid that. But, if first thing in the morning is working for you, then I'd keep doing that, Matt, just to, it's more important to get the ads up and get them up regularly than necessarily to, have the optimum time at 1 to 4 p.m., but then, sort of haphazard whether you get to it or not because you're involved in other activities. So, but that's a good question. So, all right, well, that's basically all I had for you today in terms of the live training. I just wanted to touch on that discipline topic. I know it's not always the easiest thing, but if you can sort of plan ahead and say to yourself, be honest with yourself, hey, I'm not going to be naturally disciplined. I'm not going to remember to do this every day, and just either block out times, like Naveed said, time blocking. I've heard that term before. I haven't necessarily used it myself, but that's exactly what it is. Or, just setting reminders on your phone. Hey, I know I'm going to forget to run my Craigslist ads if I don't have a phone buzzing in my back pocket. So, you guys have a great day. Feel free to leave any comments below if you have any questions. And in the meantime, I'll try to go ahead and tag you. If you haven't seen the Craigslist posts, I'll go ahead and try to tag you in those posts so you can check them out. Thanks a lot, guys.